Okay, so it happens that unmuting yourself is a great thing to do. Welcome to the Celtic Rain Radio Show, everybody. I'm so stupid excited about tonight because I have on a person that is an Indianapolis musician, and I'm so excited that we are going to be having him on tonight. And I'm really excited because I love bringing on musicians that are from around here and just being like, these are our jewels, and they're hidden jewels, and we need to show them to the world. So we have Rob Dixson on tonight. I'm so stupid excited. It's going to be so much fun. And this is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. So if you guys have not been here and you're watching from another platform, I'm just saying, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain and just subscribe. That way you know exactly when we're going to be on. That's how you can be a part of the show. So a way to be a part of the show is, number one, you can get on the show while we're recording, and you can make comments, and I'll put your comments up there. You can ask questions of the guests and of me, which is awesome, by the way. And then I'll put those up there, and you'll be able to get your questions answered. That's how you're part of the show. Another way to be part of the show is this. I created the show so that small label and independent artists could get their music heard. I know. It's crazy, but we have a problem in this country where small label and independent artists, which are so freaking amazing, don't get heard. So that's what the Celtic Rain Radio Show is for. We play all genres of music. The only thing I ask is that you are a small label or independent artist. And number two, your stuff is family friendly, meaning don't curse, don't make fun of people or religions or anything. Just don't be mean, right? Just don't be mean. It's just not nice. Right, exactly. If you want to send your music in, all you have to send it to is celticrain777@gmail.com, and then you'll be able to get your stuff played on the Celtic Rain Radio Show. It's pretty awesome. And if you're amazing like I know you are, who knows? Maybe you'll be one of my guests. It works so easily that way. I know. So this is the Celtic Rain Radio Show, and I am so excited about tonight's show because we have so much amazing music. The first three songs are really awesome, and I'm so excited. The first song is Don't Ask Why by Shane Hose. And then we have Tvoi Golos by Monoplan. Now, you guys met Monoplan last week. Here's a little story. You guys ready for this? He's in Russia, right? And all the stuff that's happening right now. So I didn't mention it all, except for that he was from Russia. All the stuff that's happening right now, right? And the reason you guys couldn't see him for the first 3 to 5 minutes was because some government situation, ours or theirs, was making sure that he wasn't a political person. And since we didn't mention it at all during the show, they let him stay on. It was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so needless to say, we'll be listening to one of his songs tonight. And Monoplan, we love you. Please stay safe. Yes. And then we will listen to Out Alive by Like What? Like what? Right? That's how you want to say it. Like what? Excuse me? No, I know, it's crazy. But it is what it is. And I cannot wait until we can show you all of this beautiful music. So you guys, it's just one of those things. You kind of sit around and you go, this music that people send me is ridiculous amazing. And I thank God every day for the people that send it to me, because I am able to play some amazing music. So you guys ready for amazing music? Let's go.
A million reasons, a million it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter anyway. Don't ask why. Don't ask why. Don't ask why. 'Cause it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter anyway. Don't ask why. 'Cause it doesn't 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 matter anyway.
Под теплым солнцем нежилась земля. Казалось нам, что лето навсегда. И мир лежал вокруг такой большой, и небо пахло скошенной травой. Давно шелк твоих волос. Тепло твоих ладоней и блеск вечерних звезд. Я помню все так ясно. Со мной всегда твой свет. Я жду, но все напрасно. Тебя здесь нет. Тебя здесь нет. Тебя здесь нет. Nothing we can do, just sit in the dark. We never make it out alive. Footsteps overhead, thoughts and muffled bark. We'll never make it out alive. Stains on the floor, this blood isn't mine. You'll never make it out alive. Your fingernails are blue, we're running out of time. You'll never make it out alive. I never make it out alive. I never make it out alive. I never make it.
It's kind of funny. It's like the, the 90s just came back right there. That's what it feels like the 90s. Love it. Anyways, so it's that kind of great stuff right there. But I'm really excited because now we get to bring on our guest of the evening. So excited about that. Hey, Mr. Rob Dixson, how are you?
Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Thanks for having me
I'm
on.
doing I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. So I'm really excited because I saw you at the Chatterbox and had so much fun listening to you play several times. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect to have you on and be like, come on, tell everybody about you and just like because you already have a little bit of a following, which is quite nice. But hey,
Mhm.
there's nothing better than building that following, for a musician. So yeah, I was like, dude, you're great. Let's have you on and have a great. Just let's just have fun. Sometimes it's just we need to have a little bit of fun in this life and not have to worry so much. So
Absolutely. I agree.
yeah. So we're here tonight and we have some beautiful music that we're going to play that's yours. But tell us a little bit about your musical background. Where did you start musically?
I just kind of like probably everybody else started in band, like in fourth grade or whatever, playing this. I wanted to play the drums, and we had too many drummers, so I had to pick another instrument and pick the saxophone. And there were actually a lot of saxophones, but I was just really into music. I loved, anything I could hear on the radio, I tried to play, and so, it was getting, I think I got really into it because I had the formal training in school, but at the same time after school, I was just trying to always play by ear. So, trying to
Yeah,
do this, so developing an ear at an early age, as well as, going through the formal process of reading music and all that, I think it really got me interested. And then I got more serious about it in college, and then heard about a friend of mine was going to grad school at Indiana University in Bloomington. He's like, "You got to come to IU in Indiana." So I did that, and that's what brought me to Indiana, and
nice.
moved up to Indianapolis after that, after IU, and then spent about 8 years in New York, and then came back to Indianapolis because I love it.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting. Indianapolis has a really interesting music scene. People don't realize it. If you're not from Indianapolis and you're not
right.
like in the heart of Indy, you really don't realize the music scene that's here and how just diverse it is and how thick it is. It's like it's got a really thick music scene.
Right.
And the people are just so diverse. It's so
Hmm.
beautiful to we've been here for about 19 years. Well, my husband longer, and we've gotten to know so many amazing people and played with a good number of them. And it's just like it it's like friendships that last forever. And
Right.
we've moved away and come back and thought, okay, if we stay somewhere that's here in the States, it will probably be indie because we've created lifelong friends forever that we can play music with. I mean, what's
Absolutely.
better than that? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it,
agree. I think Indianapolis has like such a great and just in-depth music scene, from jazz to blues to indie rock to singer-songwriter. I mean, just across the board, there's just a lot of great musicians and a lot of great original music that is kind of like under the radar for sure.
I agree completely. Such a beautiful music scene around here. So, so, so you started playing in the fourth grade. That kind of reminds. It cracks me up because I did some substitute teaching when I first graduated with my music degree. Because what else do you do? But either go work in a music store or be a substitute teacher for music classes. And
Right.
and so I did both. I just, because you have to pay your bills. And once you graduate with a music degree, you're like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And my favorite, it was really hilarious to like do the middle school bands, which were so fun because they were so bad. But they had like this desire to want to learn. And you're so right. There were so many drummers. It was just like, dude,
Right. It's like,
because all the boys just want to bang on something.
right. Somebody tell them this is not really a
So
musical
funny.
instrument, technically. No, I'm joking. No, it is. But
It is,
yeah,
but
I
it
see
was
the
yeah.
attraction.
It It cracks me up now because I bang on a drum. So I'm like, okay, well, I get this. And I was totally a vocalist. But still, you
Right.
know, it's like, oh, and now I get to bang on a drum too. So there you go. So what groups have you played with?
So when I was in New York, I played. My first big gig was with a guy named Illinois Jaquette, and then I get to work. I lived in Brooklyn. I worked with his band. I worked with the Ellington band on a couple of gigs. I went out with the Ray Charles Big Band on a tour,
Yeah,
and
that's fun.
then yeah, oh, it was great. A great bass player, Rufus Reed. I did a small gig. There was a group called Matchbox 20 years ago that was kind of popular.
Oh, I know Matchbox
Yeah,
20.
so he did like
Older than
actually
people
it
think I
was
am.
great. I got to not only gig but we just got to see a lot of big musicians and just be in their company where they, they would come to my gig or hang out. New York was just
Mm-hmm.
like a great place to um, you know you felt like you were at the center of the universe. I did
Mm.
musically, artistically, but
Yeah.
from that experience too, being in that city, I was able to go out on the road and tour most of the world. Well, not really. Like all of Europe, Japan, Russia, Australia, South America. Not so much the Middle East, but pretty much everywhere else.
Nice.
Not all over Africa, like one stop in South Africa, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's a
I was
lot of fun. So what was that like being able to just travel like that and play music in all those beautiful places?
And it really helped me understand. Well, the time I got on the road, I was really intrigued about like how people did tours and how do you get to go to Europe and play on festivals and play in clubs and how promoters promoted, how they built, how they structured a tour. Um, I've learned that it was in Europe. You know, the government pays a third, and the local municipality pays a third, and the venue usually pays a third. So that's socialism working for for artists. That they actually so the venue doesn't have to lift the burden. Like here in the States, it's like it's kind of like we're a capitalistic society. Everything is built based off the dollar. So if you play a club,
Yeah.
there's no support, there's no venue support. So you can actually go see like a lot of really cool music in Europe. Stuff that you would never see
Nice.
here. Um, because everything here is based off of like, well, how many tickets can you sell? And so,
Yeah.
other than that, when I came back to Indianapolis, I hooked up with a really good drummer, Mike Clark, who's out of New York, to play with the Headhunters, and I played with him a lot. I done some Headhunters gigs. That was the Herbie Hancock backing band, and they
Oh,
had
nice.
that. Yeah, and then in the last 5 years, I've worked a lot with the the 8 string, now 7 string guitarist Charlie Hunter. He actually produced my last record.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
That's really awesome.
and then
That's really awesome.
what I've really liked about him is he's been he tours in the States, and so I've been able to in the last 5 years not only go to Europe and Japan and all that other stuff, but get to tour the East Coast of the United States and the West Coast of the United States and across the Midwest and South and places that I've never think you never think, well, I don't want to go to Fargo,
No,
North Dakota or whatever,
North Dakota. Yeah.
or you don't want to go to places like Columbia, South Carolina. You wouldn't really think, like what, and then you go there and you're like, oh man, this is a really cool place. You know, I never thought I
Yeah.
wanted to go to Winnipeg, Canada, but it's not bad. I actually liked it a lot.
Nice. That's
Even
awesome.
though, even though the weather was negative 40 degrees Celsius,
Oh,
which is
that's a little
which is
brutal.
exactly negative 40. Well, that's where Celsius meets Fahrenheit because negative 40 degrees Celsius is negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I
Oh,
learned that.
jeez.
I learned that when I was there. So
Well, there you go. There's you learning something every day.
Right.
Not sure if I'd like to learn it in person. Just read it in a book. I'll be fine.
Right, exactly.
That's a little cold. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm actually from South Carolina, so totally know Columbia well.
Oh,
So yeah.
wow. What part are you from?
Well, I was born in Aiken, South
Mhm.
Carolina. I grew up all over South Carolina. My dad was a minister and traveled, and we built churches up. But so I've lived in Florence, I've lived in Bishopville, I've lived in Greenville, I've lived in
Oh.
Spartanburg and Anderson. You guys are getting an understanding of my life. I was quite a traveler. Just put
Yeah,
it that
travel
way.
over to South Carolina. It's,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I've lived in North Augusta. I've lived in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
Everywhere. It seems like if you could just name a city. And I've even lived in this little town in South Carolina called Startech. And no lie, the thing is literally one road, and it has a stop sign, and it has a post office, and that's it.
So what's the
In
population?
the house I lived in, the population of Startech is probably 40.
That is amazing.
No. It's like this big. It literally had like
Right.
8 houses. I'm not kidding. It was crazy. I was like, all right. It's like right between Spartanburg, South Carolina and Greenville, South Carolina. And I lived with a bunch of girls in a house after college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was hilarious. I've lived in Fountain Inn, South Carolina. Yeah, so crazy. I know. I'm a Southern girl.
That's great.
It's hilarious. I know. It's hilarious. Well, we know you play the saxophone. Do you play any other instruments?
Sometimes I play, actually, I used to play drums quite a bit because
Nice.
I didn't finish the story. When I wanted to play drums back in the 4th grade, there were too many drummers. I got a saxophone, and my parents, then I said, well, can I get drums? And they were like, if you're serious about music and, really show you do well, then we might get you a drum set. And they did like a year later. So I started playing
Nice.
drums, and I sold them when I was like 19.
Oh, yeah.
But I played keyboard too, play piano, and that helps
Nice.
me write. That's a really big
Definitely.
help for me, like in writing tunes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are going to listen to one of your tunes actually called
Okay.
All the Blues You Can Use. Tell me about this one.
So this was just, this was a song that I do a gig. Well, of course at the Chatterbox here in Indianapolis, and then one at the Mousetrap, and I think it may have been the gig at the Mousetrap today. And I wanted to come up with something that was really funky on the spot. And I had this riff in my head, and actually we kind of played it the first night, and then I went home and I said, let me change some chords around. So this literally was kind of like a composition that was composed on the stage. It was tweaked after. And
Nice.
so we just recorded this, and this was just recently written, or just recently composed on the stage.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we're going to listen to that, a few other songs, and
Okay.
you're going to do a little chair dancing with us. Have
Oh,
a little
nice.
fun doing that. But I'll bring you back in just a minute, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, guys, so awesome. He's adorable, right? You gotta go watch him play. Because he's even like he's cute here, but he's even better. He's even better when you listen to him play music. It's ridiculous. So we are gonna listen to All the Blues You Can Use. I love that. It's just so adorable. By Rob Dixon. And then we're gonna listen to TV 56 by Ryan Taylor. And then we're gonna listen to Celtic Rain by Celtic Rain. That's right. So needless to say, it's some great music, and got to get a little Celtic on a little bit, right? Because St. Patrick's Day is a coming. I'm just saying. So here we go with a little bit of Rob Dixon.
Huntress past the huntress sought to hunt the beast of legend. Relentless mist would be her fate. In the hills of Wales and Scotland, the stag appeared, but only ever just beyond the huntress reach. Into the midst they plunged with joy. An ageless dance to never end. As if those who came before her prey had led her on. Her way revealed amidst uncurled, but the world she knew was gone. The world she knew was gone. Lowest trees received the rain, richest lords endure pain. The sting of love bites kings and beggars. Celtic rain crowns all. Upon her head a crown descended, not of jewels, silver, or gold, a diadem of mist and moonlight, the dreams of old to be told. Then the horn gleamed with silver, just beyond the huntress reach. Into the midst they plunged with joy. An ageless dance to never end. The lowest trees receive the rain, the richest lords endure pain. The sting of love bites kings and beggars. Celtic rain crowns all. Celtic rain crowns all. Celtic rain crowns all.
So obviously, that's Celtic Rain by Celtic Rain. That is off of our last album. And as you guys know, because I've spoken about this quite often, we have a new album we're working on right now. So yay for us. But if you have a new album you are working on and you want to be able to get that music on here, all you have to do is send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist and let it be family friendly, meaning no cursing. And if it does have cursing, dude, make yourself, it's marketable. Make it marketable, meaning make a radio ready version, meaning take it out. And it just doesn't need to like make fun of people groups or religions or, you know, those kind of things. So let's just have fun with it, right? Let's be nice. Sometimes in this world, we just need to be more nice. I mean, it's just, you know, dude, spread love, not hate, right? So yeah, there's that. But we are going to listen to some other music. And I didn't realize I did this when I lined it all up. And I was just like, hey. So we put 2 Celtic Rain songs in a row, and probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have moved them around a little bit. That's okay. So the next song we're going to do is called With Simple Words, but it is one of my my other types of songs because I am an ordained minister. So I do religious music as well. This one's called With Simple Words. It's one of the ones that I wrote. It is on our very first album that me and Samuel actually did together like 19 years ago. Kind of crazy to think about that, right? Music does not get old. It's amazing. And then we're going to listen to First Seal by Doug Fox. And then we're going to listen to The Humors of Whiskey by Laughing Jack, because if you've ever seen anybody get drunk, it can either be really bad or it can be really hilarious. Pretty sure this is what that song's about. Laughing Jack is also really awesome and, you know, great Celtic band. That's one of the things we were talking about, right? There's so many amazing different kinds of music around here. There's a very large Celtic scene actually here in Indianapolis, and Laughing Jack is part of them. So is Celtic Crane. So we're going to have some beautiful time listening to some beautiful music. You guys ready? All right, let's go.
Your favor is overwhelming. To praise your name is overwhelming. To worship you is overwhelming. Your glorious praise is overwhelming. Jesus, your favor is overwhelming. To praise your name is overwhelming. To worship you is overwhelming. Your glorious praise is overwhelming. How can I praise your name? How can I lift your name higher? How can I praise your name with simple words? How can I praise your name? How can I lift you higher and higher? How can I praise your name with simple words? How can I praise your name? How can I lift your name higher? How can I praise your name with simple words? How can I praise your name? How can I lift you higher and higher? How can I praise your name with simple words? Oh, with simple words. Yeah, with simple words. Jesus, your favor is overwhelming. To praise your name is overwhelming. To worship you is overwhelming. Your glorious praise is overwhelming. Jesus, your favor is overwhelming. To praise your name is overwhelming. To worship you is overwhelming. Your glorious praise is overwhelming. Jesus, your favor is overwhelming. To praise your name is overwhelming. To worship you is overwhelming. Your glorious praise is overwhelming. How can I praise your name? How can I lift your name higher? How can I praise your name with simple words. How can I praise your name? How can I lift you higher and higher? How can I praise your name with simple words? Oh, with simple words. Yeah, with simple words.
And I saw when the Lamb broke one of the seven seals, and I heard one of the four living creatures saying with a voice of thunder, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a white horse, and he who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him. And he went out conquered, and to conquer.
Come, guess me this riddle. What suits pipes and fiddles? What's hotter than mustard, milder than cream? What best what's your whistle? What's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steam? What will make the dumb talk? What will make the lame walk? What's the elixir of life and the philosopher's stone? Tell me, Father. St. Patrick in heaven, you'll know when you're given a taste of the whiskey from Ireland's own. Now, while a babe in me cradle, me nurse with a ladle was filling me mouth with a potion of pep when a drop from her bottle fell into me throttle. I capered and scrambled clean out of her lap. On the floor I lay crawling, screaming and bawling, till mother and father soon came to the fore, all the sobbing and the sighing. Sure, they thought I was dying, but found I was only crying for more. Now, in my youthful aggression, through times of depression, my childhood impressions still clung to me mind, for at school or at college, the basis of knowledge I never could gulp till with whiskey combined. And all the while growing, time's ever bestowing on Aaron's potation a flavor so fine, howe'er they may lecture on Jove and his nectar itself is the only true liquid divine. Since its perfection, no doctor's direction, no psychic connection or scientific cure, no medical potions, serums, or lotions could dare to compare with a drop of the pure. This liquid so rare, if you're willing to share, the demons of mind and flesh it will fend, for a drop has the merit to heal the true spirit, your heart, body, and soul it will mend. This golden treasure holds wealth beyond measure. No diamonds or jewels, pearls, metals or such, or gold hoarding zealot could hope to make jealous, or Solomon himself with its Midas touch. No liquid cosmetic for lovers athletic or bodies pathetic could give such a boom, nor a sweet by the powers in the garden of flowers ever gave their own bowers such a darling perfume. At the mouth you would drool, be reduced to a fool, you'd kick up your heels, you'd peel to the buff. And there's not like whiskey to make maidens frisky, if only you'd taste a few drops of the stuff. So stick to the creature, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and lifting your joys. At courting, at fighting, ooh, there's none so exciting. It soon separates all the men from the boys. Come, guess me this riddle. What suits pipes and fiddles? What's hotter than mustard, milder than cream? What best wets your whistle? What's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steam? What will make the dumb talk? What will make the lame walk? What's the elixir of life and the philosopher's stone? Tell me, Father. St. Patrick in heaven, you'll know when you're given a taste of the whiskey from Ireland's own. That was whiskey before breakfast, or as I like to think of it, whiskey for breakfast, a true breakfast of champions.
Well, you guys, St. Patrick's Day is a-coming. Just saying. I know. Celtic Rain's got so many hilarious gigs. It's amazing. You guys should come and see us at Primeval on the 18th, because 17th we're doing a private party that's paying us a lot of money, and I love you, but I'll be there. But we have back on Rob Dixson, and I'm so stupid excited. Hey, Mr. Man, how you doing?
Hey, Rebecca. How's it going?
Good.
Loving
Thank
the
you for
music.
dancing with us. It's always funny and fun to like dance to other people's music. And we're like, oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of nice, you know? So,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, it's interesting because you would put me on. I didn't even know I was going on. I was like, oh, I'm on.
Yeah, it's really cute. So if you see me go on, we're bringing on people to dance, people.
Right.
I should like you guys out there who watch the show, you should record yourself like dancing to some like just generic beats, you know, and then send them to me at celticrain777@gmail.com, because then I could like put them in and like you guys could dance with me. That would be so much fun. We should definitely do that. That like needs to happen. Just saying. That needs to happen. Send them my way. That would be so funny. Well, we did actually get a question from Samuel. Hi, Rob. Apart from maybe the Jazz Kitchen or Chatterbox, what are some other indie jazz joints you enjoy playing? That's a great question.
I love playing the Mousetrap, which is on, and typically when I'm not, usually on Tuesday nights, I'm there. So if
Oh,
you're ever in
nice.
town on a Tuesday night, I'm not there tonight, but go to the Mousetrap. And it goes late.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. Yeah, of course, you said the Chatterbox and the Jazz Kitchen. I'm there
Yep.
quite a lot. If you
I
like
love.
fancy food, uh, every once in a while I'm at Geraldine's Steakhouse, which is in Fountain
Ooh,
Square.
nice.
So play there quite a bit. Um, and just various venues. Every once in a while you can catch me at a show at Hi-Fi or something like that.
Oh, hi-fi.
Opening
Nice.
for act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So, do you get to just play music for a living, or do you have to do like do you have a day job? What's going on there?
So yeah, I mean, yes and no. So everything I do is involved with music. Like, so I help with the jazz festival, indie
Oh,
jazz
yeah, I was going to
festival.
ask you about that.
Yeah, so I'm the artistic
Tell us
director.
more.
I'm the artistic director for it, and I work with David Ali, who owns the Jazz Kitchen. He's the festival director. So we put together that, and that brings in some income for me. I teach at IUPUI as an adjunct professor. Um, I do private lessons, and I do gigs, and also I book for certain places, like for like certain restaurants. That brings in income. So it's like I do like 10 different little jobs that make up an adult income.
No, I totally understand.
You know what I mean? So it's like
It's
I
called being
can,
a musician.
right. Yeah, I do like 10 different things, and it's like, oh, that may, but like but the majority of my money comes from gigs, just doing gigs. But yeah, I
That's
do
wonderful.
other things to make the ends meet.
That's really awesome. So, when you're writing music, what is your process for writing music?
Sometimes I start. A lot of times I start at the piano or just playing chords, just to get maybe a harmonic pattern going or some chord changes, and then develop a melody out of there. Sometimes though, if I'm not near a piano and I'm just kind of like in a performance situation, I want to write. I try to think of like just a riff, and then come up with the chords later, or just come up with an idea, a motif, and I'm so more used to writing, just sitting at the piano and writing, and then playing chords and trying to write based off of those chords. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so that's basically. But if I'm writing a song that I've written songs just like instrumental songs. Um, I've written songs with lyrics, and that gets a little trickier because it's like you know coming up with interesting subject matter because most people write about love songs and or
Hmm.
about relationships. It's kind of 95% of all songs is about love, unrequited love, being in love, um, pain from love. But finding those other subjects, that's kind of um, a process to strive to do that.
Yeah,
So,
we being in a Celtic band, it's a little different because it always seems that you're either talking about like the land you left or the land you miss, or it's very land oriented because it's
oh, right,
Celts. Yeah,
right,
so you
right.
tend the love that you speak of is either lost in the land that you left, or or you're talking about the oh if I could just walk this road again, kind of thing. But or it's about a war. The Celts are always fighting somebody. So it is as hilarious, but there's always like a war song because the
That's
clans were
wow.
always either fighting each other or fighting somebody else or fighting the English. And so it's really funny. So we tend to do, or it's drinking songs. There's so many
So
drinking songs.
many. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome
It's
though.
so funny.
Makes
So
them
yeah,
an interesting
it's funny
song.
to think about that. Yeah. And so with our new album, we've been thinking about legacy, so the land and the other things. And so it's been really interesting. I think for us, we've thought about, okay, well, now that we're thinking about legacy, what about all these songs that are coming from it, you know? So yeah, I understand that sometimes you just sit down and you have the chords that are there and they kind of create
Right.
a song. That's very an instrumentalist's point of view for sure. My husband's the same way. He sit down and he's got all these chords and
Right.
progressions, and then the words kind of are secondary. They come later
They
if
come
they
later.
come.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas for me, I sit down and I'm like words and melody, and then the chords
Or
are come later. Yeah. Because then I'll hand it to him and be like, okay, make this pretty, you know, make this, do all the stuff underneath that makes it all worth being a song, you know, not
right,
just,
right. I hear you.
yeah. So it's really kind of interesting. I love asking people this question because there's no, everybody has a different answer. And
Right.
I love it. Some people are very solitary writers where they're just like, I need to be alone. And where me, I go into a restaurant and just sit down and I need the noise and looking at things. And then it inspires me to start writing things. And then I just come up with 3 or 4 songs.
Wow.
And
That's pretty.
yeah. And then I've got to go figure out, you know, chords and all the other stuff that goes with it. But, you know, it's hilarious. I love the personalities make me so happy. And it shows your personality the way you write, you know. If you're getting in there and just like, yeah, I got to hide away for, you know, 2 or 3 days to create this song, or, you know, or yeah, it just came to me in an hour, you know.
Right.
There are those songs that just come and you're just like, that was not me. That was the universe that just put this on this paper.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I've been in studio where it's like I spend like a couple days writing a tune. I'm like, oh man, you know, I've thought it out, and then I'll get in there and I'm like, or we could do this, and it's like, yeah, that, and like, you know, what you came up with in 30 seconds trumps what you've been working
Everything.
on for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
3
think
weeks.
it's because our brain tricks us out when we're working so hard
Right.
on something, and it's just like we overcomplicate it, you know, because our brain's involved. And then when we just start feeling it, our brain gets out of the way, and then just magic happens.
Right, right.
I've watched that happen before in the studio. It's like, whoa. And a good producer will sit there and be like, let's try something different.
Right.
Why don't you
exactly.
just play and see what happens? And you're just like, okay. And then they use that and you're like, oh my God, that's so much better.
Right. You're like,
If I could just
way
get
overthinking
myself out of the way, this brain that overthinks everything.
this. Right.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Well, we are going to listen to another one of your songs. We're going to listen to Morse Code. Tell us about that one.
Cool. So I do like sometimes I work with DJs, and I work with this one DJ in town in Indianapolis, Slater Hogan, and he has a group called Felonious Punk, and it's myself, him, and
I
Bridget
know that
Bishop.
person.
Yeah. So Slater really got me into the playing with DJs, and then I really discovered like down tempo music, and I wanted to create. Morse code is like wanting me to create like something a DJ would play, maybe in a lounge or a club. So it's kind of got that vibe, and then we came up with the title because the organist on the session kept on just kind of hitting the keys in a real percussive way, and I was like, man, it sounds like Morse code. So that was a working title that became the actual title. So
Nice. That's
this is
awesome.
Morse. Yeah,
Nice. Well, we're going to listen to that and we're doing a little more dancing.
a little down tempo DJ music.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. We're going to listen to that and we're going to do a little more dancing, and then we'll have you back on. Sound great?
Awesome.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, we are going to listen to Morse Code by Rob Dixon. We're also going to listen to Faceless by Diffusion, and then Invisible Man by Quincy. I can never say this. I'm so sorry, Quincy. I always say Farrell, and it's not right. It's Frerler. Not Duke Quincy. I am so sorry. Just like shoot me a, this is how you say it. And I swear I will never mess it up again. Maybe. You guys know me in words. I'm not good with words. I mean, I'm great with words, but like reading is not my forte. Anyways, so needless to say, it's Invisible Man by Quincy. Mr. Quincy, man, such a great guy. Anyways, so, this is the place. This is the place for the music, man. The music. So here we go. You guys ready? All right.
midst of a crowd. At the top of my lungs, I'm crying out loud, and few they will turn, even though they have heard the whisper. Searching for meaningful life, blinded by pain, worry and strife, and the traffic outside, and the bold-type headlines, they silence the whisper. I am the invisible man. Yes, I am the invisible man. Passing their judgment with a glance, they march down the street in their cynical trance, and the cares of the day will soon chase away the whisper. Time like sand slips away. Minutes are hours, hours are days. Opportunities granted, like seeds they are planted, fade like a whisper. I am the invisible man. Yes, I am the invisible man. In time and in season, without rhyme, without reason, the entertaining of angels may soon come your way. Is the invisible man. These opportunities stand. They speak in a whisper, but soon fade away. I am the invisible man. Yes, I am the invisible man. Oh, yes, I am the invisible man. Oh, yes, I am the invisible man. Time like sand slips away. Minutes are hours, hours are days. Opportunities granted, like seeds they are planted, fade like a whisper.
Quincy, I love your music. And so this is why we're going to have a little fun here. Don't hurt me. Okay, so it's Quincy Fallweiler. Fallweiler. Or Fallweiler. Quincy's going to kick me. Fallweiler. 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 You could just hurt me later, Quincy. It'll be okay. But I love you so much. And don't stop sending me music because you have a beautiful voice and absolutely amazing music. And, you know, you got to have a little fun every once in a while, right? So I'm just saying. He said yes. Yes. Fallweiler. Yay. Thank you, Quincy. Love you. Well, you know, I'm just saying, you gotta have a little fun every once in a while. But you guys ready? Because we're gonna have a little more fun. Have Rob Dixon back. Hey, Mr. Rob, how are you?
Hey, Rebecca. All right.
Are you enjoying yourself on this
Absolutely.
Tuesday evening? Well, tell us. I know you told us a little bit of where you normally perform. Go ahead and do that again, so that we can make sure we can catch your show sometimes. Where do you have your normal performances?
So normally, if you're in Indianapolis, you can catch me on Monday nights at the Chatterbox, which is on Mass Avenue, and on Tuesday nights, generally, I'm at the Mousetrap, and that is on 56 and Keystone, and then just throughout the Jazz Kitchen and various times of the month, I'm there, and then every once in a while, Geraldine Steakhouse. Every once in a while, up in Carmel at the Hotel Carmichael, do duo gigs up there. But
Nice.
the main three, probably the Jazz Kitchen, the Chatterbox, and the Mousetrap. Those are the spots I
Nice.
most
Very
frequent.
awesome. Nice. Are you working on any new projects right now?
I am. I'm like recording at two projects. So one is called. It's just a trio record I'm doing with the organ player and my drummer Richard Sleepy Floyd. And then the other project I'm doing is I'm trying to include, and I'll probably actually hit you up pretty soon down the line. I'm doing a project called From the 317, which includes, it's kind of like I want to feature a lot of different people, musicians in Indianapolis. So this first record, I'm just
Nice.
want to feature different vocalists, hip hop artists, blues singers, uh,
Nice.
singer songwriters, the whole nine, the Indianapolis original music,
Yeah.
and then I want to branch out and start featuring bands. So I'll be
Nice.
hitting you up pretty
I would
soon.
love that. We would love that.
Yeah,
Let's have
and
fun.
I
Let's
just
talk. We
want to
got
put a
lots of
spot,
stuff.
yeah, put a national spotlight on it with some national
Yeah.
publicity and radio promotion. I think it would
Nice.
bode well for Indianapolis. So
I
that's one
agree.
project I'm working on. It's called From the 317. So look out for it. You should see some stuff about it soon.
Awesome. So I know you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Tell us where on Facebook and Instagram. What's your handles on those? How do we find you?
I don't even know. Rob Dixon Sax on Instagram, and then my Facebook just Rob Dixon 3150 or something like that. I don't not I'm not really great with the you can it's in the screen if you're looking.
Yeah, there you go. So
Boom.
for those who really want to look him up, he is really amazing. You want to follow him. So go to facebook.com/rob.dixon.315. And if you want to follow him on Instagram, obviously instagram.com/Rob Dixon Sax. So that's really awesome. If they want to find your music and want to buy it, where do you have a place that they can do that at?
Yeah. So on my last record, you can go to Spotify, you can go to Apple Music,
Nice.
just Rob Dixon Trio, and you can just Google Rob Dixon Trio or Google Rob Dixon and Triology or Dixon Rhine Project. Those are my last three records. So,
Nice.
or just
That's awesome.
Rob Dixon and the records, and it comes up. I'm on Amazon Music, and you can find most of my music on like the digital platforms.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Awesome. Well, we are going to listen to one last song from you tonight, and hopefully you'll send me lots and lots more music, and we'll be able to play you and be like, oh my God, it's Rob Dixon again. So we've got Deluge, which is it's actually by another person, but this is your arrangement. So tell me a little bit about that.
yeah, this is composition by Wayne Shorter, and it's like this is actually interesting. When I first moved to New York, I would see like musicians like Dave Chizetsky and other people play like these jazz standards, but like in a really kind of like different way, like hardcore rock, or
Mm-hmm.
take these jazz songs that were like kind of like nice swing songs or ballads and make them just like these like kind of like open hats, kind of thrashing kind of music, and so that gave me the concept to take a Wayne Shorter tune, which is kind of medium slow tempo tune, and kind of do like a groove bass, almost trap rock groove underneath. So this is, and
Nice.
then we changed the chords too. I changed all the harmony up, which
Oh, that's
the
awesome.
harmony was actually great before, but I just wanted to be different. So this is our version of Deluge.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, you're
But
gonna do a little more dancing with us, and then we're gonna say goodnight. And I want to thank you so much for being here.
yeah, thanks for
It's been a
having me.
blast.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. Awesome. Well, let's do a little dancing, and we'll make a little music. Well, we do have Deluge by Wayne Short, but arranged by Rob Dixon. We have Rock Bottom by Robert Lesko. Then we have Get Your Bible Off My Back by Philadelphia Phil. Love Phil. Love you, Phil. And then we have Jack of the Green by Brian Henke. Brian, you're so sweet. Love you so much. Such an awesome guy. And so we do have a Facebook user, because I can't ever see the names on the Facebook people. I am so sorry. But it says, good to see Rob Dixon on your show. He played Shelbyville Parks in 2021. Awesome. Gotta love that, right? And just so you know, a few other people that have said a few things. David said, gotta love a good sax groove. I know, right? I love saxophone. I have saxophone on one of my songs before I met Samuel. But the BS before Samuel. Oh, I'm just full of it tonight. I'm ridiculously full of it. It's kind of a sad situation. Don't tell anybody. Anyways, so yeah, but here's some beautiful music so that you guys can help me not talk anymore.
want you know I hit a party. So hey, sure, won't you fill my cup? It's been a while since I could get enough. The band's playing my favorite song. You know tonight we're about to get it on. Rock bottom, baby. I know it sounds crazy. Only one way to go from here. Rock bottom, baby. I start to think maybe there ain't nothing else left to fear. Rock bottom, baby. Now get me out of here. Ain't no doubt that I'm gonna get around it tonight. Ain't no doubt that we're hitting rock bottom tonight. Oh, hitting rock bottom, baby. I know it sounds crazy, only one way to go from here. Hitting rock bottom, baby. I'm starting to think maybe there ain't nothing else left to fear. Hitting rock bottom, baby. I know it sounds crazy, only one way to go from here. Hitting rock bottom, baby. I start to think maybe there ain't nothing else left to fear. Hitting rock bottom, baby. Now get me out of here. Hitting rock bottom, baby. Now make me disappear.
One, two, three, four. You come here talking that party line. How your God got more mojo than mine. Well, that's alright, cause I ain't got no time to mix it up with your closed up mind. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. You can clap your hands, you can speak in tongues, roll on the floor till the morning come. Preach fire brimstone till the sun go down. That's alright, cause I won't be around. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. Got so many days to walk this earth, I'm gonna live them now for all they's worth. And when they plant me in the cold, cold ground, they'll say, oh boy, sure did get around. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. What if there ain't no heaven and there ain't no hell?
No heaven.
The way I see it, baby, that just as well. You can wait on yours till the end of the line. I'll take mine now and I'll be just fine. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. When the end come and it's judgment day, when I meet my maker, don't know what I'm gonna say. But if he digs the blues, it's gonna be okay. Get out my guitar, pour me a whiskey, I'll play. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. Clap your hands. 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 I said, JD, let's take it to church.
Clap your hands.
Clap your hands. Clap your hands.
Clap your hands.
Clap your hands. You can
Clap your hands.
You can
Speak in tongues.
roll on the floor till the morning comes. Preach my brimstone till sun go down. That's alright, 'cause I won't be around. Brother man, get your Bible off my back. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. When the end comes and it's Judgment Day, I meet my maker, don't know what I'm gonna say. He digs the blues, it's gonna be okay. Get out my guitar, pour me a whiskey, I'll play. Brother man, get your Bible off my back.
She found an angel asleep in the grass, his hair red and gold in the sun. She wasn't the bravest or boldest lass, but thought that he might be the one. So she kissed him, then she told him her name. He opened his eyes and he smiled. He said, my name is Jack of the Green, and you're the best part of a beautiful dream. Feel I've been sleeping for hundreds of years, singing a song with the wind. They walked down to the river, his touch, gentle fire on her skin. He swam there in the river, made love in the sun and the wind. They lay in the sand, watching clouds drifting by. He whispered a song in her ear. I am Jack of the Green, you're the best part of a beautiful dream. Dream I will dream, for the moon rose bright in the sky, he said this day was not meant to last. He raised his arms high to the sky and he sang to the wind. I am the oak, the guardian tree. I am Jack of the Green. 1 year later on Samhain morn, holding a babe in her arms, she walked to the tree in the meadow, leaves red and gold in the sun. She held her babe up to the tree and she smiled and sang to her tree and her son. His name is Jack of the Green, named for his father before him. He's the next part of a beautiful dream. Someday he'll raise his arms high to the sky and sing. I am Jack of the Green. My name is Jack of the Green, named for my father before me. I will sing songs for the rain and the wind and dream. I am Jack of the Green. I am Jack of the Green, named for my father before me. I will sing songs for the rain and the wind and dream. I am Jack of the Green. I am Jack of the Green.
Well, you guys, it has been an amazing, amazing show. Thank you so much, Rob, for being here. It's been a blast getting to know you, and I
Yeah.
cannot wait for you to send me more music so I could just like share it with the world. Be like, guys, come love this person. He's amazing. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure to be on your show. So I want to come back.
Awesome. That'd be great. Well, you guys, you are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. If you have music to send me, remember, small label or independent artist, send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. If you are not watching on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain and subscribe. That way you can be on the show just like all the other people that put all their little questions in and comments, and your name gets said on the radio. It's amazing. But you are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Thank you so much for coming. And we say